Welcome to episode 171 of the VWU Sports Podcast. How is everyone doing around this big, beautiful blue marble we call Earth in wherever city you may live in? I am, of course, the owner and founder of the bar, Mr. Jacob B. You can call me JV, Jake the Snake. Doesn't matter what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. I'm being joined, as always, by my co-host and barkeeps. First and foremost, Mr. Brandon C.
This is going to be a mess.
Oh, yes, it is. And we're also being joined by the HNIC himself, Mrs. C. Carter.
Did you just call me Mrs. C. Carter?
What? No.
No, Mr. C. Carter. What are you? Okay, you must have misheard me or something. Anyways, we're also being joined by the bouncer man himself, Mr. Zach George.
Hang on, don't take the camera off me yet. To quote Woody Strode from the Searchers, for what we are about to receive.
Yes, indeed. We're also being joined by the savage man himself, Mr. Jamal Bedlam. And well, the can of worms has been
24 to fucking 2.
Yeah, there it is.
Why?
Let's rip this band-aids off right now.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Why the fuck did we lose 24 to 2? Why?
Fuck it.
Cincinnati.
Fuck it.
Why?
Fuck it.
Because Cincinnati decided that they decided on Easter Sunday on God's rebirth to the world on the year 2025. They decided they didn't want peace. They wanted violence.
Oh, well, let's just put it this way, fellas. It was probably the that's one way to say Happy Easter to your fans in Baltimore Orioles. Nice work. Fans came in, sat down, they witnessed something which probably hasn't been done in a long time. And I thought 20-8 was sad. Dang. 24-2 was the final score to the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
If I wanted to see middling ass Baltimore Orioles baseball, I'd go back to 2008 and I'd watch Sammy Sosa playing for the Baltimore Orioles.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it just wasn't Baltimore's day, unfortunately.
I thought you were gonna say you go back to 2015 if you wanted middling ass Orioles baseball.
I wasn't watching 2015 Orioles baseball. That sounds like literal cancer.
Yeesh. But the Ellie De La Cruz and the Cincinnati Reds decided they woke up and they wanted violence in the worst way possible on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, it just wasn't pretty. It just wasn't pretty at all for Baltimore. I mean, there's just no excuse for it. That game was just ugly.
It was ugly from the word go.
And we're apparently 9-11 or 10-11 or whatever the fuck the record is.
No, 9-12.
9-12.
Oh, be still my black beating heart.
Yeah. Baltimore's 9-12, and they're 4 games behind the Yankees in the AL East.
Yay, we're 4 games behind the fucking pinstripe fuckers.
The pinstripe fucksickles. God damn it.
Well, easy, gentlemen. I mean, we're getting head into May. I mean,
we're just about to finish the first month of the year. So
may the 4th be with the shoe up their ass so they can tee up.
Now, before we go to the scores, we do have some injury news.
Yeah, let's head over to General Hospital. Head over to General Hospital and see who's checking in.
Well, first and foremost, White Sox have lost another pitcher.
Oh God!
Yeah, Martin Perez is likely going to be out for the rest of the season.
What the fuck?
Injury.
Another victim to Tommy John, ladies and gentlemen. Another victim.
It did not say Tommy John, but he has an injury to the flexor tendon, and he does not need reconstructive Tommy John surgery. But
it could be a strain, so it's not a tear, so it could be a strain.
Yeah, but it is more than likely he's out for the rest of the season.
That is what 7th. That's their 7th pitcher that's going down.
Yes.
Went down.
Yes. Also, Lane Thomas is going on the IL with a bruised wrist.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Ooh, that hurt.
Yeah, it's going to be a 10-day injured list. So it's gonna be on it. So
Okay,
yeah,
so he's gonna be out for 10 days due to a bruised wrist. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Bruce Wrist is a thankful injury because it could have been a lot worse, especially when you got baseballs coming at you at over 100 miles an hour off the bat. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Hence why fielders have those wrist guards on them. You know, people say, they're pansies for wearing them. Hey, how about you take a 100-mile-an-hour baseball to the wrist and come back and tell us how you feel?
Yeah. Now, also, let me also bring this up. Luis Arraez.
Luis Arraez.
Yeah, Arraez is not. Yeah, he's placed on a 7-day concussion injury list because of what happened last night. They like a scary collision.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. What happened was that what happened was that the 3-time batting champion got hurt Sunday night in Houston when he collided with Astro second baseman Mauricio Durbin on a frightening play at first base.
Oof, that's not good.
Yeah, so he was put on the backboard and carted out of the stadium, and he was taken to a hospital. But he returned to the ball following San Diego's 3-2 victory. So I'm glad.
Thank goodness it's just a concussion and not something serious, not something horrific. Honestly, hopefully he goes through concussion protocol safely and he'll be back on the field soon.
Now then, Ron Manford is eager to see fan turnout for the MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol.
Oh God!
Here we go.
Yeah, about that.
Here we go with the bullshit again, bro.
Here's the thing, because as you guys know, Bristol Motor Speedway is hosting MLB this season for a game. And I'm trying to make sure I got the date straight of when. I didn't go into full detail. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the MLB Speedway Classic is going to take place when the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves do battle. So the game is going to be played on a field laid out over part of the Speedway infield and a high banked track. Okay, then.
Yeah, Atlanta and Cincinnati playing in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's going to be on August the 2nd. And this is
late in the season. The season.
Yeah. So he said, big crowd. We think that we think it's an opportunity to have a really large audience for a major league game. And we think the setting in really a legendary speedway is going to be awesome for a baseball game.
We'll see about that.
Well, you better hope so, because if it works, then there's possibility that you better hope to bring an MLB team to Tennessee, because everybody and their mother would love to see a team down in the music city.
Well, that is true. I mean, now before we go too far, remember, Bristol set a record for a college football game back in 2016.
Yeah, when Tennessee went out in the Battle of Bristol between Vatech and the University of Tennessee.
And we do know that Bristol has a seating capacity of 146,000 for racing. So
yeah, it is known as the last great Coliseum for a reason.
Yeah, that is true. And I don't know how they're going to do this, but also they announced that Tim McGuire is going to perform the concert an hour before first pitch. So should be interesting. By the way, his late father, Tug McGuire, won 2 World Series titles pitching for the Mets and the Phillies. So, hey, that's saying something.
Well, at least he got some connection to MLB.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think Ray does have a point.
Yeah, it does. It feels like a cheat code from an arcade baseball video game. I think what you're thinking of is MLB Slugfest.
Yeah.
God, I miss those midway games.
Yeah, and hoping they make a comeback soon. But
if somebody can get the IP, then fingers crossed.
Now also take another trip to the to General Hospital. Spencer Strider. I'm gonna make sure I got his name right. Spencer Strider is
You
going
got
to
it right.
yeah, is going to the IL with a hamstring strain.
Ew.
Didn't he just?
Oh, hey, hold it. Hey, Carter, somebody's knocking at the door.
I hear him. Come on in here, kid.
Oh boy.
Salute, gentlemen, salute.
Welcome. Hey, kid.
Bit PO'd about last night, but we'll get into that.
We'll get to that in a bit. We know the reason. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not totally mad. I think it was going to be a long series anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what
we'll
it
get
is.
to it shortly. Let me go ahead and finish this up. Also, just speeding this along. Tonight we got some interesting games. Tonight, Fatima One has already gotten started over in Cleveland.
Yeah. Yep, over at Progressive Field. Yep, game just started between the Yankees and the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Already, it's 1-0 Yankees.
By the way, the Yankees just scored.
Austin Wells has been. I know he's just had a kid, but that man's been batting out his mind recently.
Yeah,
for the Yankees.
The Yankee who got the first score was Ben Rice. Ben Rice
he's been playing well.
Yeah, Ben Rice with a
Yankees offense to start the season. Not talking about the defense. I know they're 14-9. I'm not talking about the defense too much, but Yankees offense has actually it's not been all on Judge, if you get where I'm coming from, which has made me very happy in a sense. The rotation within the Yankees offense so far to start this. No, we have to hope this continues all season. It's good signs, but I can get into Williams and how horrible of a closer performance he had a few games ago. But pretty much with the Yankees offense and the bats, it's been the team. It's not just been, all on Judge. And then you have to think Stanton will hopefully be back later in the season. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. By the way, Jacob, hold on. By the way, Jacob, you said the first person who got the first score came off of who?
Ben Rice.
He's been batting good. It's been him. Yeah. It's been him. Chisholm's been involved. Judge has been Judge, and what do you call it? Austin Wells, who's just had a kid. That's why he's been put on the parental list. And I think missing this series against the Guardians. It's been those four who have been playing really great for the Yankees, and then you add Stanton to that later this season. That's a good sign for the Yankees to start the season.
Well,
compared to the Orioles, sorry, Zach and Jamal, I am going to be
okay. We gotta keep moving. Right.
You're allowed. You're allowed. You're definitely allowed.
Be careful what you say, because I am more than petty enough to choose much aggressive.
All right.
No, it's fair, but I think even you have to admit your team has to get meaned for that. 22, come on.
Okay, easy. Let's go ahead and keep the show moving.
Continuing on with the games tonight. Coming up in fact, first pitch coming up in just over half an hour. Over at Lone Depot Park, or as we might still be calling it, the new empty tombstone of their stadium. The Miami Marlins playing host to the Cincinnati Reds.
No disrespect. Why the fuck do the Marlins have a stadium? That shit's always empty.
Well,
it's a beautiful stadium, but it's what the fuck have they done to the fans though? That place has been fucking desolate.
I can ask that question to Hoppy. The fans got sick and tired of Marlins getting good 1 point and then do a fire sale. They just got sick and tired of it. Also,
what do you think I gave him the nickname the new empty tombstone of a stadium?
Yeah, but that's a difference, Jacob. At least Lone Depot Park has a retractable roof. Tropicana Field, they don't. Coming up later on this season, ladies and gentlemen, over at Nationals Park. We got the Battle of the Beltway tonight, fellas. We got the Orioles and the Nationals.
The old rivalry continues between the Nats and the O's at 5:45. And rounding out the 5:40 matchups over at Comerica Park, the Tigers and the Padres are going to be doing battle, and some tells me the Padres is going to be a little bit gleaming because not only are they 16-7 on the year, but they just got the news that I'm going to go a little bit wrestling here because for the first time in over 20 years, a baseball stadium is going to host a WWE pay-per-view.
Okay. Before
Which
we go in,
stadium?
Petco
Petco
Park.
Park.
okay.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you
Uh,
something. Right?
I don't think I'm surprised anyone wants to talk WWE after that horrible night
Yeah,
2
yeah, well, yeah,
WrestleMania.
well, yeah. I was just giving you the announcement. and we're gonna
Let's
move
leave
on.
that alone. And this guy's here.
Hold on, Jeremy. Let's nip this in the bud. If you want to talk about wrestling, go join the Adam Jackpot show.
Yes, go join.
Yeah, go check out the Four
I'll
Post
give the
Master
shout out.
podcast.
Go join the Four Corner Post Massacre podcast with Adam Sahai, which I will
Yeah,
be
go
on
check out the
in,
Four Post Master podcast.
which I will be.
Give us some love
I
there.
am the guest, not next week, the week after on the Bank Holiday Monday, May the 5th here in the UK. I am the guest.
Yeah,
for that episode.
go check out the Four Post Massacre podcast with Adam and Sahaya.
Yeah, because I don't have to. I
more
don't have to be on it so often because I won the award last year, so I can actually chill with it.
Yeah.
Now,
Anyways, continue.
hold on,
Let's get back to the
gentlemen,
schedule. Let's get back to the schedule.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on. We do have Jose coming into the building. Something
Say it's
he's
a
gonna have-
beautiful fucking day outside, and it's the type of weather where you want to fuck around and find out and not get any consequences. So what's going on?
We'll get to what you mad about a little bit later.
Yeah, understandable.
Okay.
Understandable.
I have a feeling there's
Understandable,
going to
how
be
can I
a
say?
few. I have a feeling we're also going to be doing a pre-draft talk on this episode.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
all
yeah,
longer than- yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on,
yeah.
let me just point this out. This is gonna go longer than 2 hours. Trust me.
yeah.
Coming up later on this evening, ladies and gentlemen, over at Fenway Park, we got the Mariners and the Red Sox.
Yes, indeed. Then getting to the 6 o'clock game, starting off at 6:10 over at Citi Field. The Mets and the Phillies are going to do battle in an NL East matchup.
But what a start for the Mets.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed. 16-7 to start the year. Honestly,
Are we surprised the Mets start? I'm not surprised the Mets. I know like they won the Soto sweepstake, but I'm not surprised that
no, not really.
the Mets started like that. The Mets were a good team last year.
Fair enough,
They
honestly.
were.
I am a bit interested though what happened. The thing with the Mets, and I mean it truthfully, is the season a bit like a lot of teams this year. Mets, Dodgers. I'm looking at I think the World Series has been won by the National League. Again, I'm not gonna lie. Padres. Like I think because we lost Soto, I think there's less pressure on the Yanks this year. If you get where I'm coming from, I know that sounds crazy.
Agreed.
Well,
Hold on.
Kat, can I just finish?
Go ahead.
Pretty much, I'm just thinking like for the Mets and those like three teams, I think their season is when we get to the postseason, October. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, let me also point this out real quick. Mets are 10-1 at Citi Field. That's saying
Yeah, they've
something.
only lost once so far this season at home, so they are loving homegrown cooking.
Speaking of the Mets, can we congratulate Francisco Lindor? Because the other day, not only did he hit a walk-off home run, but that home run was his 250th in his career.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a
he's
way
a
to
good
hit
player.
that
Walk-off
250.
as a Met.
Yeah, Lindor a good player.
Yeah,
Yeah, most
let's go ahead.
definitely.
Let's go ahead and move on, gentlemen. Over at Truist Park, we got the Cardinals and the Braves.
Yep.
And Truist
yep,
Park is this year's host for the MLB All-Star Game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yeah, that's at 6. That's at 7:15. At 7:40, the Dodgers are going to be making a trip to the Midwest as they head over to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field to take on the Cubbies.
meanwhile, the Cross City Cousins, the White Sox are playing against the Twins over at Target Field. Let me say something real quick because the White Sox, we expect the White Sox to be struggling, and yeah, they are 5-17. No one didn't expect the Twins to be struggling like this. They're 7-15.
Yeah. We kind of jumped the gun of giving them back their W. Tens. Yeah, you know what? It makes sense. They are tinny.
They just call them T's.
It's not been a disaster for the White Sox we knew would be bad, but it's not been like a disaster.
Yeah,
for them.
that's understandable.
It's just been slow. Over at Kauffman Stadium, boy, I hope I got these teams right this time. We got the Rockies and the Royals.
Yeah, you got it. That's at 6. That's rounding out the 6 o'clock games. Starting at the 7 o'clock games over at the AC unit, also known as Dykeman Park. The Astros going head to head with the Blue Jays.
That should be very most intriguing. Also coming up later on this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Way later on this evening, over at Angel Stadium, we got the Pirates and the Angels.
Yep. Yep. Then in the nightcap game start over at in the desert at Chase Field. The Diamondbacks take on the Rays of Tampa Bay.
It should be very most intriguing how it's gonna be at that's gonna be over at Chase Field. Ray's trying to put the pieces together, at least trying to make the team be competitive as possible. Most intriguing. Later on over at Oracle Park, we got the Brewers and the Giants.
Hey, you gotta have at least somewhat of a smile on your face there, Carter, knowing that your Brewers are bouncing back and getting over 500.
Yeah, true. We're bouncing back and forth.
We give credit to San Francisco for the start.
Oh, San Fran is having a fantastic start of the year. 15-8, honestly, that's good for them. Honestly,
let's just put it this way, gentlemen. Hold on. Let's just put it this way, gentlemen.
Can I butt in on something real quick?
Go ahead, Jose.
It doesn't matter about the beginning; it matters around the middle.
Yeah. When we get to when we get to the All-Star break.
Bingo. That's where the money lies. That's what we're going to be looking at.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, that's where we start to see. That's where we start to see the separation. You know.
Yeah.
Right now we got some strong starts. Some we've been not doing pretty well, but it's the beginning. So what do you expect?
Yeah, I know something. I see where Jose's coming from. Because what matters is how you're going to handle the dog days of summer. Because it's coming. You know it's coming. The competition is coming. And they're coming for your tail. Can you handle the competition? Can you keep up with the competition? Or will you fade away into the background to a point to where you can't catch up?
Exactly.
Yeah, because MLB is the ultimate definition of this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely. So
here's the thing, but most importantly, I think y'all know where I'm going to go with this. Summer weather, unforgiving.
Oh, especially in the Midwest and the Southwest as well, in Cali and Arizona. Okay.
Hold on, gentlemen. I'm glad you brought this up because I do think this is the last game of the evening over in Sacramento in Southern Health Park. We got the Rangers and the Athletics.
Yeah, because remember in the West Coast, those temperatures. When we get to the dog days of summer, you are going to be sweating.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a lot of water. I'll tell you that much.
Especially in Sacramento.
So those fans, they're going to be buying up lots of water and possibly Gatorade, especially Gatorades and Powerades, to make sure they stay healthy. You know.
And not to mention staying hydrated.
Drinks water.
Yeah, so that's saying something about these games tonight. Catch them.
Honestly, one of these games that actually interests me a lot is. Let me see. Let's go here.
Take a look.
Let's see. Orioles and Nationals.
Yeah, the Battle of the Beltway.
Because I said last season that the Nationals. They're not going to make it to the playoffs, but they're going to be a wall. And what happened? I was right. They were a wall.
You know something? I gotta give the Nationals credit because at least they're keeping the race close. They're keeping the race interesting.
Exactly.
They're still fighting. They're not playoff ready yet.
They're not playoff ready yet, but they're still a big obstacle, and that's I like about. And the Orioles promised they made it to the playoffs. Sure, they got their ass kicked by the Royals, but. There's some fruit that is to be labored, and that's a good thing. With the Nationals, but I still think that the Orioles could make it to the playoffs, but just by a little bit of help. That's about it. That's what I see.
Almost definitely.
Now, hold on. Now, before we change the subject, just bring this up. Dodger Stadium is going to be hosting the 2028 Summer Olympic Baseball Tournament.
Yes, they did.
Yes, actually, yeah. Congratulations to Dodger Stadium on getting the nod to host the baseball section of the 2028 Summer Games. Believe it or not, and that's a big thing, and that's a huge honor in of itself to get the nod to host an event in the for the Summer Games. Honestly, you know.
Yeah,
I was about to say it's one of the oldest stadiums, but that is not true. Fenway's probably one of the oldest.
It's been open since I think the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh well, then
Fenway.
Don't
Yes.
worry. I think Fenway Park is the oldest, followed by
Yeah.
Wrigley Field.
Yeah, Fenway's oldest. Fenway's oldest. Wrigley is just behind it by by a nickel, if I remember correctly.
I think it's by a year.
By year. Fenway's Wrigley's by a year, off by a year.
At least that's one stadium that California could be proud of.
Oh,
we're going to go ahead and
we're gonna switch gears. And speaking of the playoffs, we're gonna jump off from the diamond to the hardwood.
now,
Ladies and gentlemen,
hold on, Jacob.
Hold on. Everybody stop. Jacob,
Before we start, because I know everyone wants to jump into the playoff speed first. Hold on for a second, because there's a lot to discuss before we do. Because we do have some Ubers to hand out and clinches.
yes, because before we start on the playoffs, we do have to go and get through the play-in.
Now, first and foremost, the play-in, as we said, the play-in began last Thursday, last Tuesday. Okay, I'm pretty sure I did not have white lightning earlier today. I had water. Made sure of that.
Yeah, don't worry. White lightning is still in the It's still in the back. It's still in the back rooms. We're good.
Now, first and foremost, last Tuesday, the Magic defeated the Hawks 120-95, and with that win, Orlando.
Yep.
Come on in. Welcome to the playoffs, Orlando. Come on in and have a seat.
Welcome in. Here is your 7th seed.
And as much as I'm not looking forward to going against LeBron and Luka, Lakers only got one dude that plays defense, so we might could do that. Famous last words. That was way easier than I thought it would be, and honestly, I'm glad. So my first victim reveals himself. So we're going to Boston, huh? As long as we don't get swept, I'm fine. Hey man, at least you're honest. But since we're on the topic of honesty, we're at least playing our best ball of the season, so I feel confident we can get this to 5, maybe 6. Hey, why not stop there? Spring for 7. Please beat them. You know what, New York? You make a good point, and like a wise fairy once said, when you wish upon a star. But it's good to see another small market team win. Did you know y'all beat the #1 pick tonight? Funny, ESPN had me convinced that was Bronny. Oh, brother, do not get me started on that network. But you know what? Let's see how this goes.
You ain't wrong on that part.
Now,
Anyway.
later on in the other 7-8 game, we saw the Grizzlies and the Warriors did battle, and the Warriors defeated the Grizzlies 121-116. So, Golden State.
The Grizzlies made. Hold it before you play. I'll say this: Warriors, you had to earn this fight, earn this 7. You had to earn this 7th seed because the Grizzlies had to make you sweat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So here's your 7th seed, boys.
Yeah. Here you go.
Man, looking back on it, I don't know what everybody else was tweaking about. The play-in tournament is mad easy. Knowing us, we still would have found a way to blow it. Warriors! So Golden State, y'all telling me you didn't choke to Memphis? Dang, that would have been hilarious. Now, LA, I think we both know that you have to be the first California team out the playoffs. Well, besides Sacramento. I think you forgot one. You leave us out of this. So like I said, LA, we all know you have to be the 3rd California team out the playoffs. We're breaking generational curses this season, but now we gotta play Golden State in the playoffs. Why are the basketball gods like this? Just like old times, eh, Houston, old buddy, old pal? So, are y'all gonna do that the whole time? Oh man, I surely hope not.
oh Lord.
Awkward.
And then the West realized they let in a demon again.
Yeah, now we got not only 1 but 2 boogeymen in the playoffs. Oh, great!
Now then, Wednesday we had the 8, the 9, 10 games,
and this was literally winning you're in.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, we start off in Chicago, where the Heat defeated the Bulls 109-90. I honestly think Chicago just quit. Tyler Hero
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, Tyler Hero scored 38 points in that game. By the way, Josh Giddey scored 25 points and 10 rebounds for the Bulls. But Chicago just
Yeah,
go.
Chicago. I'm guessing that your batteries must have died or something, or you just actually decided, you know what, this ain't worth our time. So do us all a favor, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, Chicago. You Uber outside. For never was there a team more committed to mediocrity. That's what happens when you try to replace DeRozan with Australian Drake. Wonder which aging vet they'll sign this time to sell tickets.
Oh,
Can I quickly say this about Chicago though?
go.
To be fair, knowing the fans, that probably exceeded expectations this season, getting dumped out at the play-in. They're expected to be trash. Next.
Now in the second game,
no, this is the laugh for
to the finale of their side of the play-in tournament.
Mavericks defeated the Kings 120-106.
That's the bittersweet side of that section. Sacramento, you had everything. You had the entire NBA fan base on your side, wanting you to do us all a favor, and you couldn't put the fries in the bag.
Well, this is Sacramento, Jacob. You expect anything different?
Hey, Sacramento. You Uber outside. John Fisher would be proud of the effort you boys showed tonight. The Kings and missing the playoffs. Name a better combination. And you wonder why you're the team everyone forgets about.
Wow.
And another year of Hakeem Johnson dying over basketball.
I forgot Hakeem.
Yikes.
I forgot Hakeem is a Kings fan. By the way,
Josh will appreciate that one from me.
Now,
by the way, go give Hakeem some love. Go check out Anime Championship Wrestling over on his YouTube channel. He does some great work. You okay?
He was in the Mania when we were streaming Mania this past weekend. He was in the chat with us, and me and Josh memed him over the Kings.
Now then, Friday it was win or go home. Simple as that. This was for the number 8 seed. We had over in the East. This game went to overtime, but the Heat defeated the Hawks 123-114.
That guy.
Fuck you, Trae Young. Fuck you.
And this is the reason why Shaq had a funeral for their mascot. It's
Hey.
okay.
Oh.
First and foremost, Atlanta. Boy, well, you know what? The Falcons playing your city.
I could be wrong.
Well,
Yeah, you know what? It makes sense. The city of Atlanta, the city of choking, makes sense.
Well, at least the Braves are.
Hey, you remember when you rolled that dice? It came up snake eyes for you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. You rolled
Wait.
I got a better one. I'm going to go D&D here. A team from Miami has come to play you. Roll for talent.
Nat one.
You rolled a nat 1.
Play the damn video. I'm waiting for one team in particular.
Get it.
Then just go, Atlanta. Just go.
Hey, Atlanta. You Uber outside. Damn, 0-2 in the play-in tournament is crazy. At this point, if your name is Trae Young, you are entitled to financial compensation. Shaq held a funeral for their mascot, and they was just like, well, guess it's time to go.
But turning to Miami, that role you did, it turned into a nat 20. Congratulations. Congratulations. I do believe that 18 Atlanta had. This is for you.
Oh, Steph is an underdog? I don't know if y'all ready for that. That is a scary movie. I'm telling y'all right now, don't count this man out. I am actually afraid to speak right now. And Heat culture comes through once again. Oh, hey, Miami. Thanks for Jimmy Butler. I don't even really mind that Golden State. We still made the playoffs anyway. I mean, yeah, but weren't y'all like a 6th seed before the trade? That is irrelevant, Cleveland. We just had to be an 8th seed to make it in the playoffs, okay? You finished 10th in the East, though. Okay, and Chicago finished 9th. Where they at? Atlanta finished 8th. Where they at? And now look at us. So it looks like it's y'all against us, Miami. Be ready. We ain't taking it light on you. Okay. Time to show you what Heat culture is all about.
Yep. Congratulations, Miami.
Bye, Atlanta.
Now, hold on.
Now we
Gavin.
get to the
Hold
fun
on.
zone.
Wait, because I got a van coming. One of many. Let me just start off first of all with the Dallas Memphis game. Before I play, first of all, Memphis beat Dallas 122, 106. Yeah, 120, 106. Before I play the Uber, Nico Harris, you just you can't stop keeping your foot out of your mouth.
I have a feeling Nico Harris is
hold
on a
on,
lot of
time out.
people's
Let me
mind.
finish.
Matter of fact, no. Fuck all
Give it
that
to
shit.
Jamal.
Fuck all that shit. Carter, you taking too much time. I'm gonna go ahead and do this myself because
Give it to Jamal.
Here we go.
I don't believe in being gentle. I believe in going deep inside the butt with no Vaseline. So,
Hey, yo, chill! Yeah.
to the Mavericks front office, all y'all can eat a dick. You bought this team to just, for what? For political purposes? To make a fucking casino? Do you care about this team? Do you care about the sanity of the fan base? Do you? Is this for your ego? Or is this just to make the fan base suffer? You know what? I don't want the answer to that question. Get your ass in the Uber. Get the fuck out the playoffs. I don't want to hear Nico Harrison open his goddamn pussy lip mouth ever again unless he's selling the team to somebody else who gives a fuck. Fuck the Dallas Mavericks. Not the fan base, because they deserve better, but fuck that entire team. Fuck the front office. Fuck all of you. Burn in the goddamn fire. I hope you never see playoff success. Fuck that entire team. You traded Luka for nothing, and you get nothing. I don't feel bad for you. Fuck you. Play the goddamn video.
He's right.
You heard him.
Yeah.
Hey, Dallas. Your Uber outside. If only they had a generational talent that could have helped them out tonight. As we speak, they're building Nico Harrison statue in LA. But at least you got that 2029 first.
Hey, can I quickly add on to that?
Not him playing that song, no.
It's nice to see that the Nico Harris firing movement has moved cross sport now to ice hockey. That is all I'm going to say.
But Dal, to round off the
that man needs to be sacked in the morning.
As we said, Memphis, thank you for doing me, Jamal, and everybody in the NBA a favor and getting rid of the bum-ass Mavericks. You keep your 8th seed.
Well, I mean, with Heat culture, it don't matter what our record is or our seed. All that matters is we going to put in work. All right, cool, but who y'all think is getting that last spot, Memphis or Dallas? Now, I see these two all the time, so believe me when I say there is no way Memphis loses this one. I don't know. I don't really think Memphis wants it. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas sneaks in. Okay, I'm biased, but I do kind of want to see AD in the playoffs, so I'm going Dallas. Okay. Whew, we finally made it. Told y'all. Wait, so some of y'all actually thought we was going to miss the playoffs after we were the 2 seed earlier? Completely fair assumption. Another team that fired their coach even though they had a good season. Y'all really just like us. We really are. And before any of y'all say it, no, they are not going to suspend Ja. Gentlemen, let us begin.
I just realized what song Evan used for Memphis.
Hey, John Morant, do me a favor. The next time you play in Dallas, pull out your grenade toy and throw it at the Mavericks front office so they can have to just cover.
It'll be worth the fine. You'll get you'll gain fan recognition. But nonetheless, but as we say, welcome to the play. We are now entering the playoffs. 16 teams have entered, and only one will hoist the late Larry O'Brien trophy. And as we already spoke, and already we already got past most game ones. Is already as we speak, believe it or not.
Yes, I was trying to say the road to 16 began Saturday. First and foremost, over in Indianapolis, Pacers took game 1 over the Bucks, 117-98.
And somewhere a Hoosier was over the moon over that game 1 victory.
Yeah,
Should've stayed
sometimes
on
we
him.
can hear the end of it. Now,
Damn.
also,
But it,
hold
but
on.
it's great that we don't have to hear about it though. That's fantastic.
Oh,
Honestly, I'm still waiting for Hit Kid's comment to become true. They said, I think, like a year or two ago that,
oh.
Which
that they were
one?
going to lose round 1 this year.
Bucks
waiting
didn't
for
show up. They had no Damian Lillard. That changes tonight.
Yes,
Yep.
I think Damian Lillard's
Damian Lillard's playing. He stated he's playing. It was breaking news on First Take today.
Cool.
Yeah, he is playing tonight. He is playing
No,
tonight.
if Indiana win tonight, unfortunately, I think Indiana win that series.
yeah, I think the series
Bucks
probably
don't
might be
come back
over.
from 2-0. Bucks don't come back from 2-0.
Nah.
As does, and I've got a hot take coming up. Another team will get into if they go 2-0 down.
Right.
Also, the Nuggets defeated the Clippers in overtime, 112 to 110.
Wolf.
You want to talk about your? We'll get into game 2 of this. You want to talk about the series that's going 7 in the West? Hello, this series is going 7
Yeah,
games.
Yeah.
definitely. Because
Yeah.
that's actually one of the few game 2 games
That's
happened.
that's one of 2 series I think are going 7 games.
Yeah.
One in the
Yeah,
West,
because-
one in the West, and one definitely in the East. And I think you know which one
Because
in the East.
because the Clippers actually took game 2 over Denver in a nail biter. 105-102 was the final.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I
was-
think
hold
that
on,
series is
Jeremy.
going 7.
I was about to say, I was trying to go through the schedule.
Oh, sorry,
All
we're going
right,
through all the
yeah,
game
Let's
on
get
games.
back to the
Apologies,
schedule. Let's
guys.
get back to the schedule. My apologies.
Yes, okay. Now, also, game 1, the Knicks took the Knicks beat the Pistons 123 to 112.
Truth. Knicks have played shit during this entire series so far, and I'm on about both games, and we'll get into game 2.
Mm-hmm.
The fact they won one of these is a relief for me. They can only get
That's-
better
I was
of
gonna say
how
that's good
bad
enough.
they've played.
I was gonna say that's good enough for you here, kid.
Trust me, I'm not happy over it, but they've only won, in my eyes, 6 out of the 8 quarters during the
Now-
series.
Over in Los Angeles, there's a whole lot of folks that's picking up their jaws off the floor. The Timberwolves defeated the Lakers 117 to 95.
This was the shocker. I dare anyone to tell me this wasn't the shocker. Minnesota, Ant-Man and all the crew came in and beat the shit out of them game 1.
Yeah.
If that happens, this is my hot take. That happens tonight. Minnesota win this game too. I'm going to say it, and I saw it said on First Take today. I'm going to go with it on my chest. If they lose game 2 tonight, the Lakers, seriously, do I think they'll steal one? Yeah. I'm going to make it clear. They lose game 2 tonight, they're done in 6.
Well,
I'm being nice. Oh my God.
Hey, Wavell.
All right.
Ahem.
After you hit, kid.
Is it really a shock that LA lost? What has been the Lakers' biggest problem? Defense. That's been a problem outlined for them this season.
Josh, do you think there is a realistic chance if they lose tonight they get swept? Because I think it is a realistic possibility.
I think they had a realistic chance to lose to the Timberwolves.
Do you think they have a realistic chance to get swept? Which I think is
They'll
real
win
if
one
they lose
game.
tonight.
They'll win one game.
I think they're losing 6. If Minnesota win tonight, Lakers are done in the first round in 6.
Now then, on to Easter Sunday, and I'm going to rant on this one. Give me the floor, because here's the thing.
Oh, here we go.
Boy. Give it.
He said, "Give me that shit, Batman."
Thunder defeated the Grizzlies in Game 1, 131 to 80. Yes. Grizzlies were thunderstruck. I know that the Grizzlies, many people didn't give the Grizzlies the time of day. Many people aren't giving the Grizzlies a time of day or a time of week for
Rightfully
that matter.
fucking so.
But for God's sakes, put up a fight. Sheesh.
Can I have the floor after you?
When you lose by 51, that tells me one thing and one thing only. You already bought your tickets in advance. You're flying out to Cancun when this series is over. I mean, you
That
just
and they
flat out,
don't have a coach to guide them.
you just flat out quit out there. And I don't want to hear John Morant say, "Oh, we ain't gonna lose like that again." John Morant, do us a favor. Either put up a fight or leave. Put up or shut up. Simple as that. Do better in game 2, or else this series is over. Because I don't see Oklahoma City. If Oklahoma City wins game 2, this series is over.
Can I have the floor?
Go ahead, hit kid.
I'm gonna just say really quick that
John
John
Morant,
Morant is a dumb fuck.
instead of laughing around and all that, which you were doing, of taking an ass whipping, actually show your fan base that you fucking care. Idiot. That's all.
Fucking dumb fuck.
Now, also
Goddamn
on Easter,
fucksicle.
also on Easter Sunday, the Cavaliers defeated the Heat 121-100.
Is this a shock?
Nope.
Is this really a shock?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not
Shouldn't
shocked by
be.
it whatsoever. It was expected. I think this was expected. Cavaliers pretty much expected to have their way with Miami. But Miami might win one game down in Miami Beach, but this series is pretty much over at this point. Now should be able to see how to do in game 2, but yeah, this series is pretty much about over. Celtics defeated the Magic 103-86.
You wanted more? You fucking got Boston.
Yeah, because Magic fans decided to.
There's a reason why we call him the Boogeyman.
Oh, don't tell me Magic fucking did the We Want Boston chant.
Yeah, they did the chant.
They did after the play-in.
Give me the camera. Give me the camera. Now I've not watched basketball like I should this season. I really haven't. But all the same, I got a question. Magic, why would you do that fucking chant when you know what happened to the last people that did that? Are you dumb? You bunch of fucksickles. That is all.
Hold on, wait. First and foremost, you gotta blame the fans at this point. The fans knew what they was asking for when they chanted "We Want Boston."
Yeah, this
they
is
knew what they was asking for. They was asking for. They was asking for an ass whooping. That's what they got.
Is Tatum out tonight?
That's why I asked.
I know he's doubtful. Let me say this: if there was a game the Magic could steal, it's this. I still have Boston winning this in 5.
Oh yeah.
But pretty much, I think if the Magic want to avoid the sweep, this is the game they really need to go for.
Now then, Houston, you probably should get used to hearing Sonny and Cher's song "I Got You, Babe" over and over again in your head. Golden State defeated the Rockets 95-85.
It must feel like a generational curse for Houston, the fact that the Golden State keep on owning them.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's basically that. And they can't get rid of the alarm clock.
Yeah. Next.
Now, last night was game 2. Okay, Hit Kid.
Let's talk.
Pistons defeated the Knicks last night, 100-94. First and foremost, Cade Cunningham had 33 points and 12 rebounds, while Jalen Brunson had 37 points and 7 assists.
Here's the truth. Knicks had a horrible shooting night from the 3-point range. Truthfully, they did. Pistons gutted it out because the Knicks tied it, with 1 minute left. Pistons closed it out. Credit to Detroit. I'm going to give Detroit credit. Knicks, 2 things hurt the Knicks this game. Horrible night from the 3-point range. 3 things, actually. Karl Anthony Towns didn't show up in the second half. He needs to show up. That's on him. He needs to show up, and I hope he will bounce back in Detroit. Third thing, we couldn't get a fucking whistle to save our lives last night. I've seen all these Detroit fans complaining about them not getting the whistle. Fuck me, has anyone not seen the stats on the fucking whistle calls for fouls in this series between the Knicks and Detroit? We're getting... That ref last night fucked us. I'm not making it... I don't like to bring that up, but, fuck me.
Are you making excuses?
I hate to say it. It sounds like it, don't it? But I'm going to give Detroit credit. They won that game. Hopefully, I think Game 3 is the crucial game in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks need to steal
Considering
one of
where
these.
it's going to be for game
Yeah.
3.
Let me
No.
just clean this up real quick.
Now you.
Hold on, Zach. Let me just clean this up quick about Detroit. That win they had last night, that snapped a 15-game playoff
Credit to
losing
Detroit.
streak.
Good
Credit
Lord
to
Almighty.
Detroit. But do I think the Knicks will show more urgency? Yeah. If the Knicks take game 3, they should look to go for blood in game 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because the truthful thing about the Knicks this season, they've been better on the road than they've been at the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
As shocking as that is, the Knicks have been a better road team this year. They need to show that. No. We'll find out. When is it? Is it tomorrow night?
I think so. Let me check real quick.
Anybody
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Anybody got a
Yeah.
link to the Boston game, or is that tomorrow night?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow night.
It's actually tomorrow.
Oh.
By the way,
I'm dumb. I immediately.
By the way, the Knicks Pistons game, game 3 is on Thursday.
Oh, during draft. Fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Knicks Pistons game is on Thursday.
But yeah.
Also,
But
now,
yeah, I wanted to tell his
Nice.
Now he even though I'm a United fan as well, I'm gonna still say this. Now he should know what. I know I'm crossing the sports streams here, but now he should feel what the rest of the Premiership normally feels like when they can't get calls against United.
Oh no! It's been calls against fucking Arsenal this year. Let's belay that. I'm not even getting
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's get back on topic.
Anyways,
Now,
overall, to sum it up, Carter, to finish off on that game,
Mm-hmm.
credit Detroit, they won it. Hopefully, I'm hoping the Knicks get a few more whistles. I thought the officiating was bad, and they had a bad night on the shooting on the 3-point. Knicks show more urgency. I think they'll steal a game in Detroit. This is my second series I have going 7 games. I think the Knicks will win this in 7. This is going to be a dogfight.
Now, Clippers defeated the Nuggets in game 2 last night, 105-102.
Speaking of the 7-game series, here's this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guaranteed 7-gamer. This is a heavyweight fight you're seeing right now between the Clippers and the Nuggets.
Yeah, I just want to point this out. Kawhi Leonard really stepped up last night, 39 points.
People forget, if he's healthy and he gets going, he's the most dangerous player in the postseason in the West.
Absolutely. Now, heading out to tonight. First and foremost.
Yep. Starting off.
Over in the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis is game 2 between the Bucks and the Pacers.
That's going to be on NBA. It's going to be on NBA TV. Or if you're for our local boys, it's going to be on FanDuel Sports Indiana or FanDuel Sports Wisconsin.
And I do believe
Damian Lillard's playing. It's going to be a different game tonight, but the Pacers should go to try and make it a 2-0 lead.
Mm-hmm. Also, I do believe that Indianapolis local station WTHR will probably air a simulcast of FanDuel's coverage.
I was gonna say that the part of me hopes the Bucks win tonight just to piss off Cody Hagen.
Here's my problem with rooting for the Bucks. Does anyone remember who their coach is?
Doc Rivers.
Yeah, Doc Rivers.
You really think you want me to trust Doc fucking Rivers? Of all people? Fraud.
Yeah, good luck with that. Then coming up later on
Hey,
at 7:30 is the first.
I might be a gambler because I'm willing to take my chances.
You're crazier than we thought.
So that Doc Rivers can deep throat another NBA shaft inside his mouth and watch him.
It's going to be a Doc Rivers special, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to say.
We know Doc Rivers loves a blowjob.
God damn it. God damn it. As I was trying to say.
Anyways, keep on going.
As I was saying, yeah, coming up later on tonight at 7:30 is the first of our TNT doubleheader. TNT doubleheader over in OKC. As the Thunder go head to head, Thunder and the Grizzlies get ready for game 2 tonight.
Hey, Grizzlies, are you gonna show effort tonight?
Better.
I got one that they even going to show up.
That's the big question.
Now,
That's the big question.
Let me go ahead and bring this up. Jacob, you see, We told you TNT has NBA playoff coverage up until the NBA Finals.
I wonder
All
who's a
right, all right. Thank you for the
I want
thank you for the slice of humble pie.
I wonder who's a better shooter, John Morant or Shannon Sharp.
Oh,
Captain Shannon Sharp hosted somebody
Yo!
recently. Now,
Anyways,
Yo!
now
rounding out
coming
the
up later on this evening over at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Will lightning strike twice? We got the Timberwolves and the Lakers.
yeah,
I'm
that's
not
the
funny you
second half
brought
of
up the
the
Timberwolves here, because I just saw this report that Anthony Edwards was fined $50K for an obscene gesture with the Lakers.
Oh, nice. Now you've made Ant-Man pissed off who's smelling blood right now.
Guys,
They
Well
fined him
done.
$50K for telling a fan to suck his dick.
Well
Oh,
done,
God.
well done,
That's some.
NBA.
I'm
NBA.
sorry.
Wait,
I'm
now you've
sorry.
just made me fancy the Timberwolves even more. You've pissed off Ant-Man who's smelling blood.
I'm sorry, NBA. Did that offend you? Did that make you angry? Did Anthony Edwards hurt your feelings? That fan should have been talking shit.
Yeah. Also, I'm sticking to my hot take.
Yeah.
Timberwolves win this game, they win the series.
Let me just point this out real quick. Hey, let me just point. Hold on. Let me just point this out real quick to the NBA, who got a little bit. I guess they felt that the fans' feeling got hurt. So, NBA, here's to you.
His
Thank you, Carter.
truthfully, what
Yes,
Anthony Edwards said to the
anyways.
fan was
Hey,
his
hey,
dick was bigger than his.
Hold on, let
Hey.
Brandon finish, motherfuckers. Goddamn.
No,
Go
let
ahead,
Jacob
Jamal.
go. Jacob
Hey.
was going.
hey, I was actually
I'm good.
trying to go as soon as I can remember the commissioner of the NBA's name. Somebody help me out
Adam
here.
Silver.
Thank
Silver.
you.
Adam Silver.
Thank you. Hey, Adam Silver, you're getting kind of egregious with these fucking fines over gestures, bud. You fucking bald-headed demon, stupid ass. Fix your shit.
I'm just gonna say this. Listen, I'm sticking by it. Lakers lose tonight, they are out. I don't see them going. I really don't think they're winning 2 games in Minnesota. I'm dead serious on it. I think if the Lakers lose tonight, they are heading home.
Anyway, let
Indeed.
me go ahead and just bring this up real quick. If anyone's curious,
I would love a sweep to piss off Matt. A fucking
tomorrow.
sweep would be hilarious.
Yes,
Oh,
tomorrow.
not just
Here,
Matt, but
hold
Shannon
on.
Sharp as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, here are the game 2s for tomorrow. TNT has another doubleheader. First and foremost, over at the TD Garden, it's game 2 between the Magic and the Celtics. I'm not too sure right now. I think Jason Tatum is still doubtful.
Yeah, that's what I've read.
He's
Yeah.
not playing. I'm just gonna assume
If
he's
he's not playing, that's the game the Magic could steal. If they don't steal it, get the brooms ready for the Magic.
Yeah. Now later on, we over at the Rocket Arena, we got the Heat and the Cavaliers for game 2. All I gotta say is Miami, you better show up.
I think
that's all I'm saying.
Miami won't win though, but they'll get one in Miami to make it not a sweep.
Yeah. And Houston, are you woken up from your bad dream yet? Game 2 against the Warriors is tomorrow night. So
must win for the Rockets. Otherwise, I'm saying get the brooms ready for them. I'm not kidding. Get the brooms
Now,
ready for
I
them.
have a question.
7th seed beat a 2nd seed.
Who likes more black baby gravy? Doc Rivers or the lady that Shannon Sharp was doing business with?
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. I think that's enough fetish for one episode.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We still got some more playoffs to cover.
Next subject, please.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some more playoffs to cover,
hold
but
on.
it's over on the ice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Before everybody,
ladies and gentlemen,
Give him a chance.
But I told you, we are fucked.
We'll get to the game shortly, Jose, because we got a lot to discuss first. So we'll get to the game shortly. Now, first and foremost, we do have some Ubers to hand out and some playoff clinches. So first and foremost, we'll start off over in the East. Well, actually, start off in the West. Excuse me. We'll start off in the West. Actually, first and foremost, the final playoff spot came down to Minnesota, St. Louis, and Calgary. Well, needless to say, we wouldn't be having this conversation about playoff clinches already if we didn't. First and foremost, Minnesota. But actually, first and foremost, we completely forgot about this one. Edmonton. Welcome to the playoffs, Edmonton. Have a seat.
Hey, you're making a habit of actually getting into coming into the playoffs now. Keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't know how far we're going to make in the playoffs. Part of me is honestly still just happy to be here after everybody got hurt. It's okay, buddy. We'll get you first-class seats on your flight to Cancun. Yo, Edmonton, didn't you clinch a couple days ago? Why, yes, Winnipeg, we did, but apparently Evan forgot we exist. Bro, I was busy this weekend. I'm late on everybody. What do you want me to say here? What do I want you to say? How about Connor McDavid is going to break Ovi's goal record? Oh, so you must want hands put on you. Now, calm down. It's not time to fold anybody. Our series with LA hasn't even started yet. Every year, man. Why do we get y'all every year? Because the hockey gods either love us, hate you, or both. In any case, I'm not asking no questions. You know y'all not going back to the Cup final, right? Oh, man, that's something coming from you. All right, watch us cook.
I have a better explanation.
Hold on. First and foremost,
hold on. I actually have a better explanation on why the Kings and the Oilers play together. It's simple. It's because of one name, Gretzky.
Let me just point this out. Goodbye, fourth wall. Have a nice time. But congratulations.
By the way, Edmonton. If Edmonton gonna think stupid shit like that, they must want the hands. Okay, you better hope you don't have to play against us, you sons of bitches.
Okay, easy.
Well,
now,
we'll see what happens when the final comes up.
Yeah. Now, as we brought up, it came down. The last wild card spot in the West came down to St. Louis, Minnesota, and Calgary. Now, first and foremost, we said last week, all St. Louis and Minnesota have to do is win. If they win, they're in. Well,
And well, I mean, after we beat LA again because we own them, I think we might could beat Vegas too. Now watch this be the year y'all lose to LA. My fibula. How y'all doing? Does anybody have an ice pack? Hey, Minnesota, glad you could join us. Yeah, good to see you too, Winnipeg or whatever. Seriously, about that ice pack? I think I ruptured my mitochondria. You know, come to think of it, you have suffered a couple injuries. Are you sure you're all right? This is the one day this week my legs work and I can skate well enough to punch you, damn it. Seriously though, the hamate bone is not in your foot, right? Yo, you might need to go to the hospital, buddy. Edmonton, we basically live in a hospital. Oh, my electabuzz is acting up again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go lie down.
And people thought New Jersey got it through the power of friendship, tuck tape, and prayers.
They got worse.
Hey, yo, let me just say, the musical choices for these segments, as always, are fucking immaculate.
they're shouting, all right. They're shouting.
They're shouting, God, stop!
Now,
Be thankful. At least they weren't as battered as Arsenal and City have been.
Okay, easy. Lay off on the footy. Now, St. Louis. We're gonna get through with this because that long. St. Louis, come on in. Have a seat. Welcome to the playoffs.
Hey, Blues! I guess. Oh, wait. What am I? Wait. What's that sound? What's that song I'm hearing? Oh God, no! It's back.
Well, the doctor said I had a ruptured aerodynamic complex, but I should be good to go for the playoffs. So, Vegas, what up? This boy about to fall apart faster than Calgary. Ooh, it feel like 2019! So, this is who will be playing in the first round. That's right, Winnipeg. You get the displeasure of facing the hottest, the baddest, the most unstoppable team that ever took the ice in 2025. Your boy right here. And St. Louis, for all that hyping you doing, y'all better not come out flat. Oh, baby, we not like the Blues teams of old. Plus, we're from a city that knows they barbecue. What does that mean? That means we know a thing or two about smoke. That one could use a little work. Better than anything you could think of, Colorado. So, you really think you could take out a giant, huh? All I'm gonna say is, it wouldn't be the first time.
Shit, Gloria's back.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Can I also just point out that Jim Montgomery is scapegoated by the Bruins for the disastrous season. They don't make the playoffs, and then he goes to a team and makes the playoffs. The playoffs for them.
Yeah, that's not done well for you.
Yeah.
It's almost
that
as
going for
if
you there,
the coaches has not been that the coach isn't the main reason the team sucks. Oh, I could never have guessed that.
Now,
Oh wait,
unfortunately,
yes I did. The same happened with
what happened.
Bruce
Unfortunately,
Cassidy.
Calgary. I hate to break the news to you, but unfortunately, that fire you just had. Unfortunately, someone had some fire extinguishers.
Hey, Calgary. You Uber outside. Another stunning year of mediocrity, eh, boys? Man, if the playoffs were in December, this team would be a dynasty. You know, I don't get why they're called the Flames. These boys are colder than Antarctica.
Damn. Colder
Now-
than Antarctica. That hurts.
Now, out east, hold on, Jacob. Out east, the final wild card spot came down to between the Blue Jackets and the Canadiens. Now, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Tip your hat off to the Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
Heck of a year.
What?
Phenomenal year.
Oh, definitely.
And
definitely.
you know, you rose to the occasion, especially with what happened with the good drove brothers and how you
I think that's what
respected-
honestly think that's what galvanized them. Really.
Yeah. And you put up a very valiant fight. Unfortunately, and this is really, really unfortunately, your season ends here.
Yeah, I hate to break the news to you. You put up a hell of a fight. You fought to the bitter end, literally. But unfortunately, Montreal just had one more good punch left in them.
So come back harder next season, Columbus.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. If this season helped galvanize you, I hope that. Take this as an advantage and come back stronger, boys. Keep them powders dry and get yourself some more grape shot.
Hey, Columbus. You Uber outside. So these boys just went on a whole cup run for nothing. Really says something about your franchise when your team of destiny can't even make it to the first round. Come back when you've got players old enough to drink, boys.
Oh my God!
Jesus!
Not that song. Damn, that hurts.
Oh, I hate
that. Hurts.
I hate that song.
Wait,
really
what was the song?
It was I'm good, aka I'm good, Blue.
Oh God damn it!
Yeah, so
Shit.
let me just go ahead and bring this up. Montreal, we got some Molson for you. Come on in.
Yeah, you made it to the last. It took you all the way to the last game of your season to make it to the dance, and you got it to the dance, and you made it to the dance. So here's some Molsons and here's some Tim Hortons.
Well, I mean, 2019, we went into the playoffs hot. We won the cup. Now this year, we're going into the playoffs hot. I'm just saying, there's a parallel here. All right, so who y'all think is getting the last spot, Montreal or Columbus? I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and say Montreal. Y'all have no idea how annoying he can be until you have to deal with him constantly. You've been warned. Go ahead and give me Columbus. They look like the team that can mess around and make the cup final from a wild card spot. Well, I mean, Columbus is hot right now, and Montreal did just lose to Chicago, so at long last, my hockey team is finally back! Again, let it be known, you've all been warned. Oh, and Toronto, what pray tell did you warn them about? The fact that hockey is so much better when we're good? So you're my opponent, huh? This should be fun. A repeat of 2010 is how this plays out, Washington. Let us begin.
Also,
let us begin is right.
I should say this now and forever. In Montreal, climbing the last wild card spot, history has been made, believe it or not. Because for the first time in NHL history, and we do mean this, we actually looked, everybody looked in the archives, all 4 original 6 North American U.S. teams has not made the playoffs. Okay? That means no Bruins, no Red Wings, no Blackhawks, and sorry, hit kid, no Rangers.
Wow.
Okay,
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, meaning that the remaining Canadian teams, the Leafs and the Canadians are the last remaining original 6 teams that are in the playoffs. Meaning that everybody else are expansion teams.
That's saying something. Hats out to them. Now then, let's go ahead and head out to the past scores which you had the Stanley Cup playoffs got underway over the weekend.
Well, for some teams, believe it or not, one team has not started their series yet, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah, now Saturday over in Winnipeg, the Jets defeated the Blues 5-3 in Game 1.
Yeah, they are basically on a mission from the whiteout gods to get rid of the curse.
Now, also in Game 1, as Hickett brought up, there was a Fire Nico chant in the Stars hockey game. Winnipeg against Avalanche.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
I really wish I was here for the rant on Nico Harrison.
Oh, you've already missed it.
You missed it.
Yeah, that's why.
Did someone ask for a rant on Nico Harrison? Oh, I got time.
Kirk asked for it.
Give it Jamal.
Part 2 of the rant on Nico Harrison. You know what's very telling? When the Dallas Stars have fans going, "Nah, fire this dude." Which, yeah, I'm happy for y'all. But here's the problem. It ain't the only problem. It's the entire front office. Because the entire front office is nothing short of a bunch of people who rode the short bus pretending to be autistic. What a bunch of Fruit Loops. What a bunch of waste of time. You traded a franchise player to the LA Lakers for what?
Fuck all.
AD, street clothes, and a bunch of other guys who can't guarantee you that you're going to win when you need to the most. The best you can get is a playoff series, and you can't even guarantee a ring for your franchise. Congratulations. You don't sunk your franchise for nothing. Nothing. A waste of time, a waste of energy, and a waste of space. For what? For political gain? To build a casino? To move this team to Las Vegas? Really? You want to move the Mavericks to Vegas so you can build your casino because Texas doesn't want you to build a casino? Wow, it's almost like we could see the move coming. Congratulations, Mavericks front office and Nico Harrison. You all are fucking stupid. Stupid. You all should retire like your name is Ryback. Stupid.
Damn.
Stupid. Now you may proceed with the hockey.
Thank you very much. Because it wasn't just the fans.
As I was trying to say, Avalanche defeated the Stars 5-1 in Game 1 on Saturday.
Oh my God, 5-1. I thought we got enough blowjobs with fucking Doc Rivers.
Don't forget the fucking O's game.
Okay, that's enough. We don't want to.
If I could if I could strangle Zach and hit him with a mighty moonsault like I'm Jacob Fatu, I'd probably do it right now.
Okay, easy.
Now,
Now, also, now, if Jamal yells out, "I love you," solo, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now, Sunday, we saw the Hurricanes defeat the Devils 4-1 in Game 1.
Yep.
And it begins.
Yep. And
Hold on, but don't worry, Jose. I'm gonna still make a series out of it. I mean, it's just Game 1. Not like they fell off the side of the earth.
Not
yeah,
yet.
it says a lot.
Not
Now,
Yes.
yet.
over in the Scotiabank Center in Toronto, the Battle of Ontario got underway. Maple Leafs defeated the Senators 6-2.
Yep. And the Battle of Ontario now reaches a playoff setting.
Freaky ass Canadians going at it.
Yeah. Continue on.
Over in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Center, we saw the Golden Knights defeat the Wild 4-2.
Yep.
And then last night, Game 1 got underway. First and foremost, this game went into overtime, but the Capitals survived against the Canadiens 3-2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take a big guess at who ended.
With an OV goal, nonetheless.
Yeesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this shouldn't come as a surprise. Yeah, this shouldn't come as a surprise. But hey, Capitals, you can't get your fans heart attacks again. Good Lord. I mean, because they were down 2-0 heading into the third period. And when actually the Capitals were up 2-0.
No, they were up 2-0. They let them
they
come
were
back.
up 2-0 heading to the third period. Canadians scored 2 goals and gave in the overtime.
Good news is though they had the game breaker still.
Yeah, but they can't keep on giving their fans heart attacks. Good Lord. Otherwise, you might as well go ahead and change
Good
the
news
name.
for the Capital, they had the game breaker, Carter. And
Yeah,
we all know who that is.
Yeah, thank God.
Let me just point this out. You might as well change the name of the arena from the Capital One Center to the ICU unit. Because I swear they keep on playing like this, all their fans gonna go into intensive care. Game 2. Jets defeated the Blues 2-1.
Yep. And now Winnipeg leads the series 2-0 and has a good chance of breaking the curse and possibly sweeping.
The series shifts to St. Louis and the USS Enterprise. I'm still waiting on word whether or not if Captain Picard and Commander Riker will be in attendance.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Let's face it, we love Sir Patrick Stewart. Over in Dallas, Game 2, the Stars defeated the Avalanche in overtime 4-3. So that series is tied at a game apiece.
Yep.
And last night was Game 1 of the Oilers Kings series.
That went down to that was a knockdown, drag them out fight in Game 1.
Yeah, Kings defeated the Oilers 6-5.
No wonder Hackle was so pissy last night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
now I know why.
He was miffed from last night.
He was in a fucking mood in the call last night. No wonder. Now I know why.
Now then, tonight we have a Game 2. In fact, when this game is taking place right now over on ESPN, in the second period, the Hurricanes lead the Devils 2-1 in the second period.
Welcome to the Rock.
No.
Damn it.
Oh, you're right.
I'll do it. I'll do it since you lashed it up.
Please don't.
Damn it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah. So Game 2, here we are, and well, hey, give the Devils credit. At least they're putting up a fight.
At least they're fighting. They're fighting over at the Lenovo Center.
Yeah. Now, coming up later on this evening, in fact, in about 11 minutes, Game 2 of the Battle of Ontario gets underway between the Senators and the Maple Leafs.
Yep. And then later on tonight, we actually will have a game one, shockingly, but it's the Battle of Florida once again at the Tesla Coil, or as they call it, the Amalie Arena.
Yep, Panthers and Lightning. That's gonna be interesting. And we got the nightcap this evening. We have the Wild and the Golden Knights.
Yep, at the Fortress of Solitude.
The
T-Mobile Arena.
T-Mobile Arena, which hosted Raw last night.
The nightcap. We ain't got no women swallowing black baby gravy.
Speaking of women.
Oh, jeez.
Yo.
Speaking of women, I also want to point out. I'd also like to point out that Team USA won the Women's Ice Hockey World Championship in Czechia over the weekend. They beat Canada 4-3 in the final in overtime.
Okay.
Did Canada really lose to us with hockey?
Yes.
Hey, what do you know? It took the women to get redemption for the Four Nations debacle, y'all had.
I know.
Okay. First of all, for future references, we save out the SpongeBob overtime meme for the NFL. For future references.
Fair enough.
Now, also tomorrow, get back on the ice with the Canadians and Capitol for Game 2. Stars and Avalanche for Game 3. And Oilers and Kings for Game 2. By the way, the ESPN will be doing a doubleheader with the Canadians and Capitals and Stars and Avalanche, while TBS will carry the Oilers and the Kings. They're going to have to carry the game after AEW Dynamite, so that should be very most intriguing tomorrow night.
Yes,
then,
before we get to
I was about to say, before we hit the gridiron. Since
it's only fair because Garak is here that we head across the pond.
Yeah, but let's not dwell on it too long.
To the country where they use slaves to take over Australia.
Okay.
No, it's prisoners.
Wow, bitch.
Prisoners.
But then again, Australia is our worst, to be fair.
He's
not wrong.
Some people actually
say
Australia is
we sent all the rough convicts and fuckers to Australia.
Yeah, I just want to point this out.
Some people say
I just want to point this out. Hold on, I just want to point this out. And that has been Jamal Bedlam's National Geographic.
All right.
Now then, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go across
we do have some matchups to talk about as me and Garak break this down, shall we?
All right.
Don't do it too long, fellas.
All right. On Wednesday night, Newcastle completely destroyed Crystal Palace 5-0.
Yikes!
Was the final over there?
Yeah, that was their second of their doubleheader to round out that week of a Premier League action.
Yeah, that was a makeup match. Then on so we moved over to Saturday. Yep. Brentford beat Brighton 4-2. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth went to a scoreless draw.
Yep, defensive showdown there.
Manchester City got a 2-0 win over Everton.
Whoopee.
West Ham was almost going to win over Southampton, but the Saints came in near the end and they had to settle for a 1-1 draw. So West Ham is basically teetering on the relegation line, though I don't think they're going down the drop.
I don't think so.
I just want to point this out. Hold on, gentlemen. I just want to point this out. A whole lot of instances of kiss your sister at this point. What's all there is to it. Aston Villa. I think y'all brought this up. I'm not too sure he did, but Aston Villa defeated Newcastle United 4-1.
We did not.
Mm.
Then on Sunday, we had a really big weekend. First of all, the West London derby. Chelsea beat Fulham 2-1.
Mm.
Arsenal and Ipswich. Arsenal, if had they lost this match at a Portman Road, would have allowed Liverpool to potentially win the title, but that didn't happen. 4-0 was the final against Ipswich.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Arsenal
And,
keeps their title aspirations alive, but for now.
And hit kid.
Again, we actually played well. We lost to one. We lost to one free kick. Pretty much. I'm dead. This Premier League season is dead to me. I've been saying that for months. All I care about is the Europa League. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Wolves beat Man U 1-0, and with that, they will be safe for another Premier League season. They were relegation contenders early in the season, but they've turned it around. They turned it around, and they will be staying around for another season,
another campaign.
And
Congratulations.
Liverpool beat, thanks to Trent Alexander-Arnold's emphatic goal and emphatic celebration, won against Leicester 1-0. So they are one win away from the title, while Leicester, really, it really sucks to see. It's time for you to go down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Fox Sun is over, boys.
But this was I made this joke in the chat. This Leicester City team was like a white supremacist in a Mexican strip club. They cannot score.
Oh boy!
Yikes!
Yeah.
We're going to get.
I am not kidding. Look at the scoreless goal run that they've had. 9 straight.
So
let's
straight losses without even scoring.
Time out. So basically, what you're saying, Gorik, is that there's a lot of hookers in Leicester City crying because they just couldn't get scored on.
Oh, that's pretty much. But this is bad.
Yeah.
And also last night, Nottingham Forest pretty much they moved up into the top. Continued to move up into the top 5. They beat Spurs 2-1. And earlier today, Man City to avoid Aston Villa upset. 2-1 final there.
Yep. That was the final from today. But we do have some matchups that's coming up later on this week. In fact, tomorrow night. Oh, go ahead.
First of all, I also want to point out the new promotions. And I know it's not going to like this, but Leeds United completely destroyed Stoke City yesterday. 6-0.
Stoke is shit. Leeds are back.
Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations.
And Burnley, they also clinched immediate automatic promotion when they beating Sheffield United 2-1. And now Sheffield United have to go join Sunderland and 2 other clubs in the championship playoffs if they want to go back up.
If they want to get back to the top flight.
Right. And so coming up this week, tomorrow is actually the earliest that Liverpool can clinch the title, because Arsenal are hosting Crystal Palace at the Emirates, and if they lose that game, Liverpool will
I believe if they don't win, they have to win.
Yeah,
I believe
Arsenal
Liverpool clinch with a draw.
Yeah, they can't afford a draw against Crystal Palace tomorrow night under the lights in your time hit. 3
Pretty much, it's over Sunday. Let me tell you all why it's over Sunday. Liverpool playing Spurs. Spurs are rolling over, and Spurs are one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, absolutely.
League's over Sunday. League's over Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, campaign's over.
And,
On Saturday, Saturday morning at 7:30 Eastern, news around tea time on Hit Kids Round. Chelsea will be hosting Everton. At 10 o'clock, the Wolves will be hosting Leicester City. Also at 10 o'clock, the Saints will be playing. The Saints of Southampton will playing hosted it to Fulham FC. Then also at 10 o'clock, Newcastle United will take on Ipswich Town. And rounding out Saturday's festivities, Brighton and Hove, the Doves of Brighton, will face off against the Hammers of West Ham United.
And and we could also finally see Ipswich finally beat it if they lose to Newcastle, if they drop points to Newcastle, or West Ham avoid defeat against Brighton.
Yes.
So either way, Ipswich are going to go down, and then all three promoted teams will be going down for the second straight season.
Yeah, they need to fix that. They need to fix that.
Yeah. Then rounding out the week's festivities and possibly the month of April, AC Bournemouth will be playing host to the Red Devils of Man U.
Yeah, no interest.
Yep, understandable.
Zero.
I only care about football on Thursdays. That's all I care about. I don't care how low we finish in the league. If we win the Europa League, it's all worth it.
Understandable. Have a good day. Then rounding out the Sunday festivities and rounding out the month, Liverpool and Tottenham. Should Liverpool take the win, the title is ours, and we bring back the Prem crown back to Anfield.
And would tie Man U for the most English league titles.
Indeed, indeed, we're just one right behind them. And rounding out the festivities, kicking off the month of May will be Nottingham Forest and the Bees of Brentford.
That's going to be a makeup match because this weekend there's the FA Cup semi-finals from Wembley.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Let's go, Forest.
All right, gentlemen. I do believe we got our pleasantries out of the way.
All right, then.
Let's get going.
Let's do it.
Now, hold on. Before we dive into the NFL draft, first and foremost, we gotta hit college football real quick because we're getting ready to see the end of an era coming up. Coming
not
year.
if I take this because I think all of us have been following his career a lot throughout his time. Ladies and gentlemen, once we hit the start of the 2020 once we get the start of the 2025-2026 season, the very first college game day will be the last college game day for Lee Corso.
Because
he has announced on social media that it will be his last season because after 30 years of donning the headgear of over 100 colleges and making predictions, he is hanging up the headset.
He's pretty much hanging up the head at this point. Lee Corso is going to retire. In fact, the very first edition, as you said, Jacob, the very first edition of College Game Day, I do believe on August 31st, is going to be his last.
It will be his final College Game Day. He is going to be hanging up the headset, hanging up the headgear. He's calling it a career. After multiple health incidents with his age, he's finally deciding he's going to retire.
Yep, I think that it's really unfortunate of what happened. Of course, no one's made to last forever. All good things have to come to an end. Unfortunately, that includes careers. And Lee Corso, I was waiting for him. But as soon as I heard that story, I said to myself, I'm just waiting for him to say, Not so fast, my friend. But sadly, that's not going to come this time. He is hanging it up on August the 31st. The first edition of College Game Day will be his last. I know that there's a whole lot of folks talking about Lee Corso, Kurt Herb Street.
Herb Street.
Yeah, was saying things about him. Chris Fowler was saying things about him. And all of his colleagues. And I'm pretty sure even Pat McAfee pretty much has some nice words for him.
Basically, almost every Power 5 college has been saying nothing but good things about Lee Corso, including a legendary college that he basically created a legendary streak of his own in predictions in USC, where every time he picked them, it was almost basically a guarantee, where he went 17 straight victories whenever he picked the Trojans. They basically gave him his flowers as well.
Mm-hmm. You know, and like I said, by the way, just want to bring this up, Lee Corso. You know, by the time we get to College Game Day, he will be 90 years old. By the time we get to College Game Day,
yeah.
So, and
Good for him.
Yeah, and like I said, he had one heck of a series. I mean, one heck of
He'll
a
be missed.
career. Yep. And by the way, his last game is actually his final appearance is planned for August the 30th in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh,
where he started the whole headgear tradition.
Where he started 360 that is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where he started the tradition is where it's going to end. Where with his national championship college, that is, of course, Ohio State.
Yes. He's going to be there for the game between Texas and Ohio State. So
now let me just say, way back at the one Notre Dame game I did watch, the big football bowl game that Notre Dame had this past season. I'm forgetting it. Anybody help me?
I know what you're talking about. I think it was the it wasn't the national championship. I think it was the semifinal.
You talking about the game in Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must have been during the college football playoff against Indiana.
I think it was that game, because he got all dressed up in, like, green suit, green bowler hat, did a bit of a jig and everything. He looked good, but I could tell by looking at him that he was at the end of his rope. So
he'll be missed.
Yes, he will definitely be missed. I just want to bring that up.
I mean, we all remember that. Like, for me, the reason why he'll be so missed is, because of that tradition, the headgear. The headgear was a tradition, the headgear pick.
The irony is. Go ahead.
That's going to be a big loss for College Game Day. That.
The irony is, it wouldn't have been made if Kirk Herbstreit didn't have connections with the cheer squad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. That's very interesting. Anyway, folks, we're gonna go ahead and move back to the NFL. Thursday's a big day.
Yep. This Thursday, Happy Hour is making a one-time trip back, because it is going to be draft night. Our draft specialist is going to be coming back, and everybody's going to be here to watch the insanity that is the NFL draft, the 2025 NFL draft.
Yes, this gonna be music to everybody's ears.
Yep.
Let's see how many decisions these franchises can fuck up.
Let's see who's going to be picking up the future of the NFL for the 32 teams of the franchise. And safe to say, everybody and their mother is going to be seeing where Travis Hunter is going to be going, where Shedeur Sanders is going to be going, who's going to be going where.
Well, first and foremost, the Tennessee Titans, after hearing a lot of trade offers, they're going to keep the #1 overall draft pick.
Yep, Tennessee is, after getting a whole lot of big offers, a lot of trades, a lot of players, a lot of picks to grab the #1 slot. They had decided to hold fast and say no.
They're
And
going
keep-
Gamward.
Yep, they are sticking with the #1 pick. And for what I'm seeing with the latest mock draft from Yahoo Sports, from Tate and McDonald, they are going to be going with Cam Ward, the quarterback out of the University of Miami.
I think the drama, like I've said it, I think the drama is going to happen in picks 2 and 3.
And that's where, and believe it or not, that's where the mock draft is actually going to be we're going to be looking at that, because with the second pick, believe it or not, the Cleveland Browns will be selecting the Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter out of the University of Colorado.
Wow!
Now,
I have something.
Sack, you going robot.
Go ahead, Jamal.
I have something to say about that, actually.
Testing.
You're good. Anyways, Jamal, go ahead.
Does Cleveland really think that they're going to be able to get away with him doing both offense and defense in the AFC North? Mind you,
I don't like that fit for Travis Hunter.
Has anyone not realized that the AFC North is the embodiment of fuck me, injuries are going to happen?
Yeah. I honestly
Travis
think
wants to play offense and defense against teams like Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Is that a good idea?
I'm going to be
Not
honest.
in the least.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm Travis Hunter, I am praying the Browns draft Abdul Carter and you fall to the Giants. I'm not even kidding.
That's not much better. That's not much better for him.
I'm not saying it's better than going the fucking. No, it's better than going the fucking Browns. Let me explain why. I actually think Abdul Carter's a better fit for the Browns than the Giants. You put Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter, you've got an edge. No, their offense is shit. I'm gonna fully say that about Cleveland, okay? But you've got something on defense if you put those two monsters together.
Well, I just want to
like that not just makes sense to me. And I get the thing about, but to Jamal's point, Killer's row in the fucking AFC North. I would rather be in the NFC East because yes, the Eagles are great, the Commanders are great. I'm not fucking buying into the fucking Cowboys.
Even if you don't,
I'm not buying in Cowboys stocks.
That's a hard division to play in too.
That is understandable. And like you said about Abdul Carter.
Oh, go on, Jacob.
Go ahead.
No, you.
As I was saying, speaking of Abdul Carter, part of the mock draft by Yahoo Sports, with the third pick, the New York Giants would select Abdul Carter, the edge rusher, out of Penn State.
What?
Well, you can already tell Brandon doesn't like that idea.
I think Brandon wants a QB.
Here's the problem with that. Why would you get a QB right now?
Some tells me.
Why would you get a QB right now?
Some tells me he's grabbing his Giants coffee mug full of liquor.
It would actually be more intelligent for the Giants to do the wise thing, lose, and get Archie Manning.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest, though. We're going to get into... Where should I go in that mock draft, Jacob?
I'll keep going down the first round as we speak. With the fourth pick by the mock draft, the Gurax New England Patriots will select Will Campbell, offensive tackle from my LSU Tigers.
They need O-line.
We absolutely need line.
Yeah.
That's what we need. And I would be okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to protect Drake May from getting the concussion.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. With the fifth pick, Yahoo Sports predict. Yeah, with the fifth pick, Yahoo Sports predict that the Jacksonville Jaguars will select Ashton Genty, running back from the University of Boise State.
Wait, the Jags will select Ashton Genty?
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yes.
I have him going 5 or 6. I don't think it's that crazy. I think they would be better going with Mason Graham for the defense. They need defense.
Travis
Yes.
Etienne.
That's just me.
With the 6,
Travis Etienne is not really living up to standard.
Yes. I'm hoping to get Ray's opinion on this. With the 6th pick, Yahoo Sports predicts that the Las Vegas Raiders will select Armand Membo, offensive tackle for the University of Missouri.
Makes sense. They need O-line.
I think they swap with the Jaguars. They're close enough where I
pick
think
swap.
that's
Okay.
doable.
Does this mock draft have any trades in it or not? I'm just checking. I don't think it does.
No, not so far in the top 10. Haven't seen any. But I will let you know if I see it. With the 7th pick, Yahoo Sports predicts that the New York Jets will select Tyler Warren, tight end from the University of Penn State.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
they should have been the tight end on the previous draft. Why now?
The one they got in good.
Yes. With the 8th pick, Yahoo Sports predict that the Carolina Panthers will select Jalen Walker from the University of Georgia.
Yeah, everyone's saying this.
Linebacker / edge rusher from the University of Georgia.
They need defense.
With the 9th pick, Yahoo Sports predict that my New Orleans Saints will select Jackson Dart, quarterback from Ole Miss.
That's a massive reach. That's a massive reach. I ain't gonna lie.
If that happens, I am here for Jacob's explosion. I am here for Jacob's
you guys are better off taking Shador Sanders than Jackson Dart.
I agree. I highly agree. We should take Shador Sanders because honestly, he would fit better in New Orleans.
Stop.
Go ahead, Carter.
First and foremost, keep in mind who's running the Saints.
But I can't forget. But I have to remind myself that it's fucking
Mickey Loomis.
Again, here's the thing. Mickey Loomis will also go that route because look at the last name of Shador. Come on now.
If Jackson Dart, sorry, Carter, if Jackson Dart goes before Shador, and I'm looking at the Saints for this, Jacob. If that happens tomorrow, you were getting memed. You were getting memed.
That's nothing. Because believe it or not, I just checked the rest of the first round. Shador Sanders is not even in the first round, and that's Yahoo Sports predicting this.
Whoa!
They're on crack.
Looking at Yahoo Sports,
they're on crack.
Hold on. Look at the problems that come with them, though. If we're going to be fair,
I'm making this very clear right now. If Shador Sanders falls out the first round, I'm not expecting it with Pittsburgh or the Saints. If Shador falls out the first round,
that's exactly who's picking him up. If he goes to the second round, Pittsburgh is getting him.
No, I'm going to say something wild. Because we own Pittsburgh's pick in the second round, if you remember. I am dead serious on this. I know we signed Sam Darnold. I know we got Drew Lock as backup. I don't give a fuck. If Shador Sanders falls to the second round, Seattle, you better draft that man.
Y'all got bigger worries than Shador Sanders.
I know we've got big.
O-line is your priority.
Jamal, I know we've got bigger concerns with the team, O-line, receiver, and all that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but there is no fucking way you let Shador Sanders out of the second round, because that's the thing. If Pittsburgh don't draft him at 21, then realistically, the next team you think, they could do with a QB for the future is Seattle in round 2. I would have him in round 2 immediately.
Yeah, well,
I can see that's not the QB I see y'all drafting.
Well, hold on. Let me just bring this up because if Shador Sanders falls out of the first round, Deion Sanders is gonna be pissed.
Deion's gonna go fucking mad.
Do we have any more?
Yeah, so I don't see Shador Sanders dropping out of the first round. I just don't see it.
More of the cheese?
I could probably might see him be kind of like a late first round
Yeah.
pick to any team that needs a
Thank
QB.
you.
That includes Pittsburgh, because let's face it, they still waiting on whether or not if
Actually, no. I want to. I want to.
Sack mute. Sack mute.
yeah, I just want to point this out. Because Pittsburgh is still waiting on Aaron Rodgers to say whether or not he's going to be on their team or he's going to retire.
Stop waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Stop
Yeah.
waiting.
Yeah, stop waiting. Go for Chanel.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just gonna. I want to hear the rest of this draft now because I think it's
All
already
right.
just go number 10, Jacob.
Okay, well, with the 10th pick, Yahoo Sports predict that the Chicago Bears will select Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive guard for the University of Texas.
Yeah, that makes
Now,
sense.
any notable picks? You don't have to go to the remaining 22, but any picks that are notable to you?
Let's see.
Basically,
I just go through our team. So go Tampa,
All right.
Chargers.
all right,
Go
let
through
me,
the
let
teams we know: Tampa, Chargers, Baltimore, Seattle.
Okay.
That's
Well, yeah, fair enough. I'll go with that. Let's see, Cincy. Okay, here's Seattle's. Yahoo Sports predict that with the 18th pick, the Seahawks will select Gray Zabel, offensive lineman from North Dakota State University.
yeah, that's
your biggest priority.
Yeah, that's been the rumored the two rumored round one picks. Yeah, 2 secs. The two rumored round one picks for Seattle are either Grace Bell for offensive line, or if they think they can get him later, the rumored pick is, if he's still on the board, the wide receiver to Torrey McMillan. That's what I've heard.
The next pick, Yahoo Sports predict that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will select for the 19th pick Jihad Campbell, linebacker from the University of Alabama.
Good.
BRB, guys.
We need to fix that defense. Our defense is a joke. So yes, this pick
y'all
is a
wanted
good pick.
Steelers next or Chargers?
Either
Chargers.
Okay, Chargers. Okay. Yahoo Sports
What
predicts
defense?
that. Yahoo Sports predicts that with the 22nd pick, the Los Angeles Chargers will select Colston Loveland, tight end for the University of Michigan.
Yeah, they need someone to catch the ball because Quentin Johnson can't do that shit.
Quentin, since we making Chisel Adonis jokes, Quentin Johnson got people asking, what happened to his hand?
Okay. No more Chester Adonis from you.
All right. Finishing off for Jamal and Zach. Yahoo Sports predicts with the 27th pick, the Baltimore Ravens will select Donovan Jackson, offensive guard for the University of Ohio State.
Yes, I agree with that. Because you need to protect Lamar Jackson.
I also agree with that.
Not to mention the fact that you need an offensive line to help create room for Derrick Henry to keep running the ball.
Yeah, that too. That's actually the main reason I agree with this pick.
All right. I think that's the teams that everybody's wanted to clamp an eyeball on.
I just want to be the first one to tell you all that Thursday the NFL draft begins at 8:00 Eastern, 7:00 Central. So we're going to open the bar at around 6:30 Central, which would make 7:30 Eastern.
Yep. So you'll be able to get 30 minutes to get yourself settled in as we get set up for the draft. Basically, Draft Central will be opened up for everybody on all platforms. Of course, you got your ESPN to help you out, the NFL Network, and believe it or not, they're actually expanding the streaming networks because I actually saw that streaming networks is going to help out with the NFL draft as well.
Well, I know that probably ESPN Plus is going to get into the end.
Yeah, I also think I've heard that Tubi and or Pluto TV is going to be helping stream the NFL draft.
Well, I know probably Roku probably might have it up and going on their Roku channel. You never know. But
so you are basically spoiled for choice on trying to keeping an eye on the NFL on this year's NFL draft in Titletown.
Absolutely. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a sight to see in Green Bay. And here's hoping they made the right decision. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's just about that time.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Meow.
Okay. Who decided to give the cat some catnip?
No,
Hey, yo.
Anyways,
but in all
what did we learn
seriousness,
tonight?
though,
Simple. If you want to know what we learned tonight, simple. If you're a GM of a franchise team, don't trade away your franchise player.
And also, let me just bring this up. If you're a set GM, make sure you know what your job is. 'Cause you can't just be up there in a press conference saying, "I knew that he was a major impact for the city. I just didn't know how much he was a major impact with the city."
Dick shit.
Oh,
I
God,
just
he
want to
is
point
good.
this out. I should have said this when I did my rant. I should have said this. I mean, you're the general manager. What exactly do you do? Are you just an empty suit?
Are you an empty suit, or are you just a man with no brain?
Mhm. The emperor has no clothes, but I just want to point that
okay.
out.
And
Now, let me go ahead and pass on some notes here. First and foremost, they were off to the races yesterday at the 129th Boston Marathon.
yes,
Oh yes, they were. Ah,
Uh,
was that?
They were they. I was gonna say they were off to the races. Also, I'm pretty sure that Garrick, who won the thing, by the way.
Let me get the. I know that so let's see.
While you look for, we'll just go on. Also, Oklahoma won the women's gymnastics
I'm
national
back. What did I
championship.
miss?
or we're just
Uh,
wrapping up.
yeah. Um, yeah.
Oh, well,
Oklahoma,
then
they
I'll
won
leave you
the.
all to it. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good idea,
We'll see you
kid.
Thursday.
Okay, good.
Also, let me go ahead and bring this up. Oklahoma won the NCAA Women's Gymnastics National Championship against UCLA and Jordan Childs.
Giles.
Oh yeah, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found the the winners. John Career of Kenya. He won the men's, and he's the brother of Wesley Career, who won the 2012 Boston Marathon. So so kind of running the family.
Huh.
And then we
Go
had,
figure.
and then the women's, we actually had a new course record.
Yeah.
The entire podium bested out the 2014 Boston Marathon winner Buchanan Debus, who clocked in at 2 hours 19 minutes and 59 seconds.
Ooh, they're
Sharon
gonna.
Lokedi. The third place was Yelemser Yehula from Ethiopia, who clocked in at 2 hours 18 minutes 6 seconds. The second place, Ellen Obiri of Kenya, 2 hours 17 minutes 41 seconds. And the new record holder, Sharon Lokedi, 2 hours 17 minutes 22 seconds.
Intriguing. Now, also, over on the
When the
road.
wheelchair wins were won by Marcel Hook and Susanna Scaroni. Keep
All
going.
right. Over on the road, Oscar
Piastri.
Piastri won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Yeah, and Max Verstappen was a little pissed off about a penalty he got, but unfortunately,
Okay. Do we need to play the world's smallest violin for him?
yeah, we don't need to because it's not needed.
Hitkin left at the worst time. He would have
He would have loved it, but
roasted
it is what it
Now,
is. But
Justin.
nonetheless, Oscar has now got a firm lead on the drivers' championship, while McLaren is continuing to increase their leads in the constructors.
Justin, bless you. Justin Thomas won the RBC Heritage, beating Andrew Novak in a playoff.
Yep, nice job there. As we continue on.
Anytime I hear golf and playoff now, I get PTSD because Jacob started my career in EJ Sports PGA Tour, and I lost the Masters in a playoff as an amateur.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, he's now in
Start.
the U.S. Open as an amateur, and I just got him the one under in the at the sixth at the fifth hole.
So basically, what y'all did was the water boy in reverse. Now,
No,
anyway,
that's
ladies,
no. It's not the Water Boy. It's no, it's Happy
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore. Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Now, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for joining us here this evening. First and foremost, if you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share this video, and when you do subscribe to our channel, please hit the bell
Dong.
so that you would
You are bad, Zach.
so that you would know whenever we stream. I want to thank Kid, I want to thank Jamal, and I want to thank Garrett for joining us here this evening. We're going to, someone's about to get ready to cough up a lung, so I better make this quick. We know that we're in for a busy week. We're in for a really busy time on Thursday. We'll be here for our draft. Because son tells me this is going to be a doozy. I wonder what team is going to go. Is going to have a little bit too much of the stupid juice this year.
Buffalo.
You're hoping Buffalo.
Because it always happens.
You're hoping Buffalo.
Happened last year.
That is true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still kicking themselves for letting Xavier Worthy go on over to Kansas City. But
And Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that was like what, 10 years ago?
Actually, 8 years ago.
8 years ago, thank you. But I just want to point this out, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you so much for joining us here. The bar will be open on Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central for our special draft coverage of the NFL draft. Oh, speaking of the NFL draft, Tom Grassi got some good news. He's going to announce a draft pick.
Yeah, it's going to be for his Green Bay Packers.
Yes, I do believe that's the pick in the 6th round. So hey, more power to him. Hopefully once we get noticed by I don't know how many, maybe they will let us announce a draft pick.
Oh God! Imagine you doing it for your Bucks and me doing it for my Saints,
or me doing it for my Ravens,
or Gurok for his Patriots, or Brandon and Jose for the Giants.
Well, remember Jose's not a fan of the Giants.
Brandon, not me.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Jose.
Yeah, I think Jose's a fan of the Lions.
Yeah. Well. Officially. Well, we can actually officially say this. Jose could actually officially have his Lions fan card.
Yeah, but unless it's gonna be like the Temptation song. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he lay his hat was his home. So
I doubt he's going to do that. I think he's actually going to stay with the Lions.
All I gotta say is just get used to hearing this on Thursday. Yeah, so it's gonna be a whole lot of it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us here this evening. All right, then, Jacob, go ahead and take us home.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, this has been a somewhat salty episode of the podcast. We're here now past the 30s. We're now on the road to 200, ladies and gentlemen. We're now inching closer and closer to the big part. That's not just the important part. Well, the big important part is that we got not one but 2 trains on the track. As the playoff trains for both the NBA and the NHL are on the move. On the move, boys. As their respective teams make the march. Hoisting their respective trophies, of course, Larry O'Brien for the boys of the hardwood, and of course, Lord Stanley for the men on the ice. And of course, for the boys on the diamond, we're just about to get finished with the first month in the march to October, as we continue on to see who will hoist the Commissioner's Trophy at season's end. And of course, the big one this Thursday is draft night, draft special. Tap off on draft on anything on the untapped. And of course, we will be watching this year's NFL draft and seeing who's going to be making the big picks, what shocking trades is going to happen, and who's going to be the idiot of the draft for this year. We have the title pound in Green Bay. Just when I say this, it's going to be one hell of a night on Thursday. But so please, if you like what you saw, then subscribe to the VWU Sports Podcast channel. and get ready for draft night. And if you like what you saw with episode 171, then like the video and share it across all social media platforms. That being, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky. We don't touch Instagram or TikTok for 2 reasons. One, Instagram is too toxic even for us, and TikTok is, well, TikTok. And you want to be notified when we go live, which is every Tuesday for the VWU Sports Podcast, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. And when you want to be notified when we go live for the NFL draft, which like we said, 7:30 Eastern, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on the West Coast. Then do us all a favor and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when we go live on the air. So until then, you get to go rest up and get ready for the draft. And also watch the insanity that is the NBA and NHL playoffs. Until then, for our boys, Gurok, Zach, Jamal, and Hit Kid, for our executive producer, Jose, and my boys, Brandon and Carter, this is JB. We are signing off. We will see you guys this Thursday for the NFL Draft, and next Tuesday for episode 172 of the VWU Sports Podcast. Until then, y'all stay safe, and y'all have yourselves a good night, everybody!